Welcome, everyone. This is a video for the Magic Beans podcast, and I'm Chewy, and this is Shorty. Wait, no, my name's not Chewy. Who are you?
I'm Ties.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah, that's Ties, and I'm Plunks. We're mods. We're just doing something for the finals because we thought that you guys would want to see the top eight. We've got videos here for the top four, the two semifinals and the final. And what you can see on the screen here is the league prizes. So first is playing for $150 cash. Second place gets 100. Third and fourth get $50 each. And then ties, what do they get for fifth to eighth?
They're getting $25 each and some juicy invitational points, which actually all of the top eight, I believe, are getting. Scaling in much the same way as the prizes, the cash prizes. And those cash prizes, of course, are brought to us by the fine folk at, let's see if I can get this right first time, the folks at Josh and Pat's MTG Bazaar. They're a Facebook auction site. They have auctions every day and premium auctions on the weekends. So, as well as those great win it now lots, much like buy it now, you might see on other less good auction sites. So, if you want to win some fantastic cards and get great value and great service doing it, head to Josh and Pat's MTG Bazaar on Facebook, and I believe their website, if I'm not mistaken, is jpmtgbazaar.com.au. I think
You're right. Yeah. Yeah. Thanks a lot, Pat, for giving us prizes, giving us a league, making all of this happen because I I love playing in Magic Beans tournaments. I think I put a lot more matches in for Magic Beans this month than I did for ladder on Magic Arena. So I love it. Love what you do, and I love the prizes you give us. Another thing to note is if you win the top eight here, that's an invitational invitation. You don't have to get the points anymore. You're in. So that's a benefit as well as getting $150 cash. So what's the bracket look like tonight? We have single elimination playoffs. We've got the mods stream here in red. This isn't streaming, it's just a video on YouTube. But Penshare and 20k Blue are in the semi-final. They've defeated Darkanus and Hemsey. They both made it to the top eight. Good job, guys. We've got some of the videos in the Discord, but what we're streaming now is just the finals. Who's in the lower bracket, Ties?
in the lower half of the bracket, Sarah Soldiers made it to our stream after taking down the Sweetman, and Mr. M01 made it after taking down the Rampaging Insanity, who was just been tearing up ladder with a number of beatdown oriented decks. So
Yeah.
it's no small feat to take down Insanity to be here in
That's
our
right.
broadcast here tonight.
Yeah, Insanity was playing a beatdown deck as well with Esper Legends, and yeah,
Cool.
just got taken out. So um, we'll go ahead and watch some gameplay now. I'll quickly show you the deck lists for who we're going to see. The first match is Penshare versus 20k Blue. So Penshare's deck is up here now. I thought it might have been Grixis because that's what he was playing a lot in paper, online. And then he comes at us with Archfiend of Dross and a
In
Rakdos
a
deck.
yeah, shall we if Grixis is wet Rakdos, then it was this dry Grixis. Um,
Yeah.
that's terrible. I'm sorry to everyone. So what's really interesting about this is the main deck Razorlash Transmigrate. It really just gives this deck a very aggressive slant that makes you want to. I think it draws removal early, which really clears the way for Archfiend. That was what I saw when what I took away when I saw this deck is that it's really about clearing paths, clearing removal, clearing cards in hand, and then just having a virtually unanswerable Archfiend.
Yeah. If it's not Grixis, it's got Graveyard Trespasser, four of, and it's got Liliana. They play that in Grixis as well, but yeah, he's definitely leaning more on Invoke Despair, Archfiend of Dross, and reliable mana. So interesting switch to decks. I don't know how long he's been using Rakdos over Grixis. Um, but yeah, we'll see how it goes. He is playing 20k Blue, who's on Gruul.
Notably, not playing any blue, let alone 20k of it.
Yeah, I remember getting smashed by this. We've got a screenshot from his phone here. He probably defeated me in the league using his phone. He just smashed his face He's got the 2-drop, which is a 3/3 Halar, and My Gloves, which is a 3/3, a 3-drop, and it's a 4/4. So it's just big body, smash you.
There's a lot of utility as well in this for what is ostensibly a red green get into the red zone deck. The cards have a lot of text on them, and they do a lot of things. So
Yeah.
you really have to sort of pay attention. It's
I
not
did
just
see them play this earlier. I think I saw 20k Blue play in the quarterfinal, and he plays quite quickly as well. So we'll have to keep up with the commentary. There's a lot going on with what the cards do, but he just plays something and attacks. So we'll have to keep up. So we can go ahead and play that match for you.
and
First record.
We joined this match in the 20s in this 20-second over, and one team is 2 for 200. Oh wait, wrong spot. No, we joined we joined play in what looks like fourth or fifth turn here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Turn 5, 20k Blue still only got 3 land. So let's press play and see what we're doing.
Looks like we've got some creatures heading into the red zone. Now we can see a Tyvar stand in the hand here, but the reason we can see that from Penchair's perspective is the Dreams of Steel and Oil you can see in the graveyard, in the bottom left there, and so he does know about this. I think this is a challenging block as it is, but it's made even more tricky by how he's going to wield the Tyvar stand.
Yeah.
Because he's got theoretically multiple ways to make his various legends indestructible, because that's what, if I'm not mistaken, the card whose name I've forgotten next to Beldar does.
Could not have copied anything with Kiki. He had no mana up, and didn't block with anything. He wants to use the value of Kiki next turn.
That's a fantastic draw for Kiki. That's just game, isn't it?
It's a big body. It's a big blocker. And
I can't count and the Archfiend itself doesn't have haste.
No, but he can copy and attack. That's right.
So it's
he might attack
11 if he wants it,
and copy it on blocks turn after. So yeah, we'll see how Pinche goes here. We'll see if 20k Blue draws a land, and he can play that second card in hand as well. He is attacking his Graveyard Trespasser. He can gain life with it.
Is Archfiend legendary?
Didn't have any creatures to exile though. You'll have to check that for me.
Yeah, I'm checking that as we speak. It's not legendary, but he didn't make a copy. So I wonder what he's...
No, he can make a copy on blocks next turn. So 20k Blue could play the Raiju and smash face, modify something, and then do damage to the face. So that's why he wants another blocker for Raiju.
Yeah, you're right. It is that, and that would be exactly.
So now he's got 3 blockers. He can copy his Archfiend. He's got 2 6/6s. Should go pretty well for Penchair. He doesn't block with Plunks Ties, and 20k Blue's like red, black.
Yeah, he made the safe play there. And the interesting thing I found about that is that I think 20k Blue was just giving Penchair a chance to mess up his blocks, because it forces him to Tyvar stand for no real benefit.
Yeah, he also may have hoped he got a land. I don't know what the second card was. It could have been Raiju, but I mean, if he played the Raiju, he couldn't have used his Tyvar stand. So, this is the other cards that he played. We didn't actually know what they were because they were exiled. But he's bringing in all his removal. He's not bringing in Gix's command.
I would say that'd probably be a bit slow.
Transmogrant doesn't block. So that's come out. That's only good against 3-color decks that are control-ish. He's got 62 cards in the deck. He needs to cut 2 of them. Did he remove the discard spells yet? Duresses are out. Keeping Dreams of Steel and Oil.
Yeah, that's always going to be better. Like, that's just a strictly better cut down, right? It cuts down Raiju on turn 1. I almost would
some double spell early, so a discard spell and a removal spell, as opposed to having 2 removal spells and only being able to use 1, because they're both 2 mana each.
I wonder, he's hovering his Tenacious Underdog, and I wonder, like, is he going to keep that into block and maybe come back later? I also wonder if he's just going to bring back Liliana of the Veil in, just to trade 1-for-1, or 2-for-1, I should say. Sack a creature and then force him to burn a turn, which is as good as a card sometimes. To take it out, but obviously he's opted against that, and that's probably the more standard play. That's just one thing I was thinking about off the top of my head while I was refereeing.
Yeah, he cut the a couple of the invokes and the Transmogrants. He brought in a Sheoldred, so he's got 2 Sheoldreds now, 4 Archfiends of Dross. Archfiend of Dross does kill you if it runs out of oil. It's got 3 oil counters, so you need to kill them in 3 turns. So that's interesting. I doubt he's going to play it straight away.
It's got 4. It starts with 4, but
4 oil counters, yeah.
But you get 3 attacks, I guess, is the point.
Yeah. Or your opponent has to kill it so they don't die.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've got 2-drop for Penchair, and obviously a 2-drop for the Gruul player. Is he going to attack? Yes, of course he is. Is the Blood Tide Harvester a removal spell going to block?
Yeah, kind of has to be here.
Yeah,
he has to take away
that.
that.
Have to activate it next turn.
What
Can he
is
save it though with Tyvar Stand?
the Hadar? Means that he has to block that first before he plays his Brotherhood's End. Otherwise, he's just wasting his card. So
Yep, Hadar can give other creature indestructible, right?
yeah, another legendary creature indestructible.
Yep. Sacrifice it. You don't need to tap it. You don't need to pay mana. Penchair's reading the cards now because all of these Gruul cards have value in them. Don't know why Rolling Release isn't in the top deck.
I think.
Played Gruul.
Yeah, I think he just. Yeah, I was just gonna say. I think he has to do what he's doing here is just keep taking 2 a turn from Ronan. Is that Ronenfeld and Excavator? That's what I was calling it before, but I don't know if I got it right. Yeah, keep taking a couple of points and clear the Hadar first.
This is
interesting.
Smashing face. Yeah, so yeah, Feldon lets him draw cards, and last game 20k Blue didn't draw enough lands. Probably because Penchair didn't block Feldon. Squee can come back in the graveyard, but you do need 4 other cards in the graveyard first. Graveyard Trespasser gets rid of cards from the graveyard. So. Alright, he's used the Tyvar stand to take it out. There's 2 Tyvar stands now. No, that was a Tyvar.
Tyvar gives +1/+0 as well.
That was a Halar.
Hajar. So no, he has
activated.
I think what he wanted to do there was attack with graveyard the Trespasser before he swept, so that he could remove the Squee from the graveyard first.
Double spell. This is why that's a hard decision. Yeah. Yeah, he was.
Why does he need the double spell?
Go for the throat, and something else would be nice, but he doesn't have another 2-drop. So he's thinking about Graveyard Trespasser first.
Yeah, no, I think what he wanted, the reason he made the block he did last turn was so that he could attack with the Trespasser if it lived. He assumed it would live, and then he could attack with it, remove the Squee, and then sweep. But instead, the Squee lived, so he didn't get to do what he wanted, so then he was changing his mind.
Yeah.
So he's
still pretty good with a clear board now, though. Thundering Raju off the top, or not off the top, but immediately after a board sweep is nice. Penchair's at 10.
Oh, that's a superb draw for him.
Have a look what he's got. This is good because we're
going to take the Squee out of the graveyard as well.
Second Raju. They always have back-to-back Rajus. Raju has haste. You don't have to activate it. It's probably just better than Hajar.
Yeah, and he gets the Squee for free.
He also has a go for the throat in hand. So this is pretty good for Penchair.
Yeah, he has to
can't block it. So just kill it.
And then...
And you know what could block the big Myglaws?
Archfiend.
6/6 Archfiend of Dross, yeah.
Archfiend's going to come down, I think, and then after that he's going to have Sheoldred after it. So, or isn't this Sheoldred?
I'd probably say Sheoldred's safer.
This gives it all... Yeah. My Glows can take Sheldred with it. I guess it can take both of them with it, so it's a fair point. Now, in this way, he's protecting his Archfiend.
Yeah. So my guys will get +2/+2
Yeah,
if he
which would
pays
eat them.
2 mana to give it. No, if he pays 3 oil or 2 oil.
Oh, he's given a menace.
Yeah. Okay, so Sheldred can gain 2 life next turn. So he might not be dead because the menace.
No, he's dead, I think.
Okay.
Oh, no, I can't count. Sorry,
He moves
I
all the oil
added
to make it
I added
8/8.
2 twice.
So he gained 2 life to be a 4 life. He can draw a card with his clue and gain more life.
Oh, and
but
it's
he probably
nighttime,
just
so we got
makes.
2. That's excellent.
When did he not play a card? I didn't even notice it was nighttime. But yeah, so Blood Tithe Harvester can be another blocker. And he can't draw cards now, so he's at 6. 20k blue does not play lightning bolts. He played a land, many more lands than last game. He doesn't have any oil to activate my gloves anymore either, so this could be over.
I think it's almost got to be game when the Archfiend comes down here.
Yeah, Sheldred can even attack into the 4/4 if it wants, but okay, we're going to use 2 clues to clear my gloves, make sure that everything's safe. He can probably attack now for some beats and play a 6/6 blocker. I asked Penshare, has Archfiend Dross ever killed you because it lost oil counters? And he said, yeah, my opponent at one point had Sheldred and gained more life than I could deal, so I just died to my own Archfiend Dross. But I don't think he's worried about that in Gruul. Yeah.
No.
He killed his opponent with the Blood Tithe Harvester. Alright, so that was Penshare defeating 20k blue 2-0. Sorry 20k blue, but yeah, your Gruul may not have lined up well against Penshare. That was a great deck decision against aggro.
And is there any chance you could quickly bring up Penshare's deck list again?
Oh yeah.
The one thing that was interesting about it is that I just realized that I didn't notice at the time. Normally, the way that a Gruul deck would fight red-black is to have the indestructible effects like Tyvar Stand and Hadar. But the counter to that would be stuff like Sheoldred's Edict, which is not in this deck. But still, Penshare was able to quite comfortably take that out, so that's even more impressive.
Yeah. Yeah, Sheoldred's Edict can sound, it can feel bad if they're playing, lots of creatures. Once again, 20k blue, this deck was just all the creatures were killed. But in the group stage, 20k blue, all the players in this top 8 were about 70% win rate, and he smashed me with this deck, so
he kind of tragically flooded out too.
Yeah. It was actually 3 landed game 1 and then lots of landed game 2. So we'll look at the bracket again and just double check what we're playing next. We've got Sarah Soldiers versus Mr. M coming up in the next quarterfinals. So I'll queue up that video for you now. And we have Stripe Spiral, Mr. M on the play, surely. Ooh, chose to be on the draw.
Wow.
Here we go. Control/combo player.
Some spice. I can't remember the last time I've seen that in Constructed.
Yeah, okay. Do I want to quickly pause and look at this deck list? Why is he on the draw? Mr. M has Invoke Justice, which we just saw in his hand. He's got 3 Atraxa, 3 Portal Phyrexia, 4 Sanctuary Wardens. You want to be on the play, right? To get a land down to play these things?
The only thing I can think of is that going on the draw gives you more chance of having enough cards in your hand that you need to discard a card to 7 cards. It's just another way to get an Atraxa or a Sanctuary Warden into the graveyard. He might also just want more stuff. Like he knows he's got the best stuff, he just wants more of it so he can see it.
Also, mulliganing, sometimes it hurts in combo decks.
Yeah.
You don't want to mulligan in combo decks, so if he does mulligan, he wants to draw a card first. And he may know that Sarah Soldiers is on mono white because that's what she's played all league, and she played it on stream in the quarterfinal. So being against a slower mono white deck, there you go. I will show you Sarah Soldier's mono white deck here.
Yeah, we flicked through that real quick. So this deck features, but is not in. Despite there being a soldiers deck in the format, this is only some of Sarah's soldiers, where there could have been more. So a little disappointing, but I actually really like this deck. I quite like the main deck. The piece.
Anointed Peacekeeper.
Yeah, I said it's a bit blurry on my screen, so I can't quite see the name of it. But
Okay.
yeah, that card really messed with me in our match.
Yeah, it's surprisingly annoying, especially if your opponent has 3 mana follow-ups that they want to play after you play the Peacekeeper, like Wedding Announcement or
That's
Fable
true.
Mirror Breaker, and you just
The thing that's most strong
crank,
about it,
crank,
sorry,
crank presses.
sorry to jump in on you there. The effect isn't as it comes into play, not when it comes into play. So you don't get a chance to kill it while it's on the stack with a cheaper spell. You just have to take it,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
so it always gets its tax off.
yeah. All right, so we will see how this goes. Mono White has lots of removal, lay down arms, and ossification. I don't think
Some
20 Clay
real
Blue has many targets for that. Sorry, I don't think Mr. M
some,
has many targets for that.
some real strong cards in the sideboard for Sarah Soldiers as well. It's quite a powerful sideboard.
Yeah. Okay, so we'll play this match and see how we go. Sorry, I forgot deck lists before everyone, but we can get in the action now.
Early sights from this hand is that
Okay, Sarah has
Mr.
mulliganed.
M relying on the top of his deck here, or the Goblin token from Fable of the Mirror Breaker, because only 2 white sources so far. That's a good Cathartic Pyre though for which will probably not be dealing damage.
Does he kill the creature? Nope. So Fable
He's
and
going
Mirror
to an
Breaker
end
is
step.
going to filter cards. I think that's definitely what he wants to do on turn 3. So he may
Yeah,
not
so
need to filter with Cathartic Pyre.
yeah.
You got 2 options
Uh,
with Cathartic Pyre. Kill something that's just 3 toughness. Oh, okay. You might want to kill that.
ooh,
But once again, you can wait. The thing is, you want to play Fable on turn 3.
yeah, so he kind of needs to kill Cathar Commando here, yeah, which he does.
Yeah, he doesn't choose to kill the Seraph, which
No,
that was what I was
he's
more
got
worried
another
about, but
he's
got
got
played,
another
yeah.
turn to kill that.
Okay, no Fable, just get rid of all the beats. Sarah's down to 3 cards because she mulliganed, and it played 2 creatures quickly. There's another creature, but it draws a land. So the beatdown's over. The ambitious firehands aren't really
Yeah,
attacking to kill anymore. So he's killed the 2 threats. Now mono white wants to outvalue and
oh, that's
red
huge.
white wants to combo.
And
Okay,
you could
Fable's gone.
see until that um, Lothar, I think it's called, is it, or something? L
Lauren,
starts with L. Lauren, yeah, thank you.
Lauren of the
There's too
Storm
many.
Path.
Until that came down, you could see Mr. M's tempo, like just in the way he was playing his cards and how quickly he was playing them, really change when he saw the double ambitious farmhand. The Lauren really just brought that to a screeching halt.
Yeah. And so this is what I'm noticing as well, watching this from Mr. M's point of view. Invoke Justice is a really good card, but he actually wants to put value in his graveyard to get it out. He
Yeah.
hasn't got any Portal Phyrexias or any Angels in there yet.
No, but he could recycle the. That's a clutch peacekeeper.
Yeah, that's now a 7 mana Invoke Justice. Unless we,
although,
she can
although
name any
funnily enough, he
deck,
can
any
cast it.
card from anything. She knows.
Yeah.
I don't know
The
if you can
the
name a legacy card on Arena, but
the invoke can go and get the Fable in the graveyard if he wants it to, and then put the counters on the Goblin token. Mind you, I'm
yeah.
just asking to get lay down arms at that point.
So maybe looking at deck lists. She doesn't really have open deck lists. She can Google. uh, Boros Reanimator. But what did she name? Sorry, I missed that.
Invoke Justice. You can see there in the increased mana cost of it.
Oh yeah, there's now 7 mana. Okay, now we're on beat down, Sarah. The soldiers, they're actually farmers, are getting in there. He was thinking about discarding a land, he didn't, because he knows his Invoke Justice is 7 mana. But
Although
he can discard stuff next turn.
the Abraid's going to bring that back down to 5. Oh.
Sorry, I was just going to try and mute my microphone because I've got a kid in the background.
The interesting thing is, I think Sarah Soldiers just tried to ossification the creature token, but forgot that you can't do it to tokens.
Yeah, that's definitely likely. Can you hear my children in the background?
No.
Okay, great.
Oh wow, this is going to be a couple of fat creatures. You think 2 each or 3 and 1? 3 and 1.
I'm muted now. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Oh, you can. All right.
Actually, that was a really smart placement of the third counter. I might have, this is why I'm not in the top 8, but I might have just AFK 2 those counters. But putting only 2 counters on the Goblin token meant it could be gang blocked.
Yeah.
And
Lauren going to get flying.
has to be flying.
Just attack to get down to 15, but Bankbuster's going to draw Sarah out of this. What's the graveyard look like for Mr. M?
The one thing I would have kept in mind here, and it turns out it was a moot point because he's drawn a Braid, but I would have maybe considered waiting a turn and playing that Steel Seraph for full value, because he's in no danger of immediately dying. I guess the second invoke might mean that
Gets his Fable back and puts counters on the other goblin.
Yeah, he's just going to have fat monsters everywhere. He might just put all 4 on the good tokens.
If he attacks with the enchantment, he's going to get more tokens. So
this is a lot of creatures. It's actually hard to see what combination of cards get Sarah Soldiers out of this. I guess a good AO for value would certainly help. Yeah, and there isn't a combination of cards apparently, as Sarah Soldiers packs it in.
Yep. So Sarah Soldiers couldn't get there with game 1, but she'll see what she can do in sideboarding.
So we're seeing a Depop. What's coming out? Oh, all of the portals of Phyrexia.
All the portals of Phyrexia is out, yeah. Bringing in 2 Elishnorns, so bringing in more creatures. Portal of Phyrexia removes 3 creatures and then slowly animates them 1 at a time, so I mean, you don't really want to reanimate farmers, and you don't really want them to sacrifice 2 or 3 farmers. So
yeah, it's just too slow, I think. I think if you're casting spells, you kind of want to sort of win there and there, or at least represent that the game is over.
Yeah.
And once Portal hits, it can still be interacted with somewhat profitably. not profitably, but not at a loss. Whereas, like even if you like if a Traxa gets onto the battlefield, it's doing something tremendous.
Yeah. And I mean, once the Traxxas hits the board, you can use ossification, you can use the
Mm.
Swords of Plowshares card for it if you've got 8 planes in battlefield. But I mean, last game, Striped Spiral or Mr. M just smashed him with Fable of Mirror Breakers and
Mm.
reanimated Fable of Mirror Breakers. It wasn't a Traxa and it wasn't the Angel. Uh, yeah, that was not his game plan to reanimate little things, but that's what he did. He didn't reanimate any big things.
So the only reason, like,
Yeah, just look at this sideboard because she's thinking about it. Oh, yeah, she's here now. Not heaps to bring in.
no,
We're just about to start, so we'll see.
I would have expected the hearse to come in, and there was one other card that I remember seeing, but I've just blanked on it that I would also have expected to see.
Okay. Sarah's obviously on the play, so that's going to help a lot. I think she was on the
Yeah.
play last game. Oh, and I checked just during the last game. Sarah Soldiers was seated higher than Mr. M, so she actually chose to be on the play, and matchmaking doesn't let you choose that, so
Ah, right. So that's why the draw. Okay.
Mr. M just gave her the play. Yeah,
We spent a lot of time analyzing that.
yeah, yeah.
That
It was
was a
interesting to be on the
very obvious answer.
yeah. A braid for the bank buster. That's back-breaking for the buster
Huge,
there.
yeah.
It's kind of you rely on it to hit land drops sometimes, but I mean she's got wedding announcement now, so Zara's going to be able to attack the 2 creatures and draw cards again. I
Yeah.
often don't like to attack 2 creatures until maybe the third chapter or the third
Yeah, the
dice getting added because you kind of want that army to be created.
yep, agreed.
And Brotherhood's End in hand is good against that army. He might just blow it up now because then she won't get to draw cards next turn.
Yeah, especially now that you've got the card in there as well to trade with it.
Yeah. Sorry, what card to trade with?
Like the farmhand, so you're not just trading for tokens, you're actually getting a card for a card.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. The farmhand can be annoying once you animate a bank buster and have one other creature with
Yeah.
different power and toughness. You can activate it and make it a 4/4 lifelinker, which with a flipped wedding announcement. No, with a flipped wedding announcement, it's a 4/4 lifelinker. That's often what I see when I'm playing it. So I think it's just a 3/3 naturally. But yeah, now he's just curving out with an Eleshnorn. And we'll see. I don't think Sarah would have taken out all of her removals simply because she didn't have that many cards to bring in. So she could easily have a removal spell for Eleshnorn here. Yep, she does. It works well. It works well when there's no Eleshnorn on the battlefield. If we read the text of Eleshnorn, which I don't have right
Bummer.
now, it
It's got
removes the abilities of all creatures your opponents control that enter the battlefield. And it just did it again to farmhand. So look at that tech by Mr. M.
when I read that card, all I was thinking is, wow, you get to attract it twice.
Yeah. Okay. It's
But
two
it does way
sided.
more than that.
It is two sided. Wow. I'll try and bring it up for you guys actually. Uh,
Would you cathartic player here in it to just to
it's not the
get rid of
grand
the
setter,
second?
but it's not that good. It is the mother of
Oh,
machines.
except it doesn't
Wow, we're on
do.
turn 6 already, and Sanctuary Warden just entered the battlefield. Um, See, Portal Phyrexia would be good here, but Mr. M's
He's
taking it
still
out. Um, it's interesting, but yeah, not drawing a card with Sanctuary Warden, not the end of the day. Okay, now we get to see Mr. M animating big things, as opposed to last game.
that might. It's a very nice power and toughness on the Elishnorn.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, Mr. M once again is playing quite quickly, so us commentating may miss things. I'll just quickly put up Elishnorn here.
Oh, and it hits permanents, not just creatures. That's huge.
Hits everything. Yeah. And permanents entering the battlefield don't cause abilities of permanents your opponents control to trigger. So if they have something that triggers off your creature entering the battlefield, they get nothing from it.
See, this kind of board state is why I think laid out arms is still important for this deck.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. She's just got 6 planes, so she could
Yeah,
play in. She could. What'd you say? Swords, the Plowshares, the Sanctuary Warden. It's not what the card is, but yeah, the same
I
thing.
think you'd probably want to hit Elishnorn.
It's
Just
actually
in,
better because the player gains 3 life instead of gaining 6 life. Alright, so we've got a shield attack, bounce, bounce.
yeah, and
But one angel has
Sarah
nothing.
soldiers and Sarah soldiers. Angel has more shields,
Yep.
and there's
Mr.
the
M's angel or Sarah's angel, they still trigger when they attack. It's just when they don't enter the
oh,
battlefield, they don't
that's
trigger.
my word.
Destroying an artifact. Sorry, Steel Seraph. Not worried about the unlicensed hearse that Sarah's hit. So, unlicensed hearse can now eat the graveyard, but
Yeah,
can Mr. M play Atraxa? No? Like, he doesn't have any goblins. Okay, I lied. He's got one goblin now. Needs treasures to make needs treasures to make blue and green mana.
yeah.
Or no, Elishnon is the one that doubles tokens. No, so Elishnon will not make 2 treasures. There's the other rare from this set that can do that. Okay, so Bankbuster for the combo player. So looks like Mr. M is going to draw more cards than Sarah now, even though that's what Sarah's deck is supposed to do. She's got the really handy land when you've got an enchantment and an artifact. You can just sack it to draw 2 cards, but she does not have that on the battlefield. And she's at 11 life. So what's she looking for? Did Sarah have board wipes? She had Farewell in her sideboard. Okay, so we have Destroy Evil. She definitely would have brought in Farewell. Attack with the Angel and draw a card, but you're at 11 life. So what, you're going to take 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 damage
Possibly
if
even
you
more.
attack Bankbuster. So lethal on the
Yeah,
backswing. Yeah, Mr. M may be able to find lethal here. Does he play removal spells for a 6/6 creature with a shield counter? Probably not.
yet another important abrade.
Yeah, the Unlicensed Hearse can block and. Well, yeah, no, he shouldn't block
Like
that. It's got a 6/6,
the
but
important thing is here though is that it is no matter when the abrade comes down, um that unlicensed hearse is going to eat that Atraxa.
yeah. So my game against Mr. M, I was. I don't even remember what deck I was playing now. Actually, it was something Esper. I think I had 2 Unlicensed Hearses played in game 2, and he abraded both of them. I'm like, where's all these abrades? I had Disdainful Strokes for his Invoke, um, but he still killed me with a top decked Invoke. It was just like, this
Oh
guy
no.
has all the cards. So I think it may be a similar experience here for Sarah, and she's already a game down. We'll see how she feels about this braid. Oh, okay. She's just dead now then. Yeah. So crewing the Unlicensed Hearse doesn't make it a big blocker. Oh no, Mr. M
Oh,
didn't attack with anything. I thought he was going to attack with all. which she totally could have done. And then a dead unlicensed Hearse would have made her lethal. So anyway, she's going to block the token with the unlicensed Hearse, so she didn't lose a shield counter on the Angel. And now the unlicensed Hearse is dead with the Braid.
That's an interesting attack. I guess
Yeah.
because the
Playing around
Sarasol's
Elspeth.
Angel is bigger than. So
I'm not supposed to
Mr.
say
M could
what
never
I mean.
attack.
Yeah.
Yeah, could never attack profitably Angel into Angel. So really, yeah, I'm kind of
Yeah.
spitballing what might have been the cause there.
It wouldn't have been
And
lethal
the
if he
attack
attacked
tells
at
me that
all.
Sarasol just drew another Sanctuary Warden.
Well, the Sanctuary Warden is not legendary.
No.
So it's still
There's
profitable.
no
I think
reason you would.
Spike Drop attack is just, I've given up. We'll see if she packs it in here. I mean, it's 9 life to 12 life now.
Yeah,
Did she
Sarasol
find
just
a
doesn't strike
removal
me as that
spell?
kind of player. That's why I say I think that attack tells me it's another Sanctuary Warden or something equally as important.
Or a Farewell? A later? Okay,
Or
got a
it's a later.
removal for one Sanctuary Warden.
Oof. Oh, no, actually, that's not as important as I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, Brotherhood's End kills his tokens and he's got more tokens. So can he attack with all now? He probably won't because he didn't last time.
Well, he didn't last time because the Sanctuary Warden was on defense, but it's not the same.
Yeah.
Also, that's a deceptively important blue mana source there.
Okay, so now 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Got one blocker. So
I
he's not
think
dead.
you were right at the end. It's either two.
Wandering Emperor.
Yeah, that's.
Rajang.
That'll do, pig. That'll do. I think you're right. At this point, it can only be Farewell.
She was probably playing to her outs, which was Farewell, and she did not draw it. Yeah. Farewell would have been great in that matchup because it clears the board, and then once again she didn't have the lands that can draw any cards from having enchantments on the battlefield, so she ran out of gas.
Reliquary. Yeah.
I'll just
Roadside
double
Reliquary.
check. So her sideboard is 1 Farewell. Yeah, not enough.
No.
1 Eternal Wanderer, which doesn't exile graveyards. So, but yeah, she's got 2 Wandering Emperors in the main, and I think Mr. M was playing around that with the attacks. But do we have time for the final? Of course we do.
Yes.
So we can look at the bracket now. Penshare and Mr. M are in the finals. So congratulations to 20k Blue and Mr. M for making it to the top 4. But
20k Blue and Sarah Soldiers.
Sorry. Sarah Soldiers,
and Sarah
20k
Soldiers.
Blue. Yeah. Sorry, you knocked out now, guys, but congratulations on getting that far. We have Penshare and Mr. M, so we'll quickly look at the deck lists again. Penshare has the Rakdos deck with Archfiend of Dross, some Lilianas and some Graveyard Trespassers. Top end, Invoke Despair. Invoke Despair against Mr. M's deck. I'm not sure how that's going to play out. It still does 2 damage, 2 damage, 2 damage, so I think you'd keep it in. It draws you cards. That's the reason why you play it in the Rakdos deck, because Rakdos won't have card draw, but Invoke Despair just draws cards. So yeah. Mr. M's deck, we haven't seen the Scrapwork Mutt yet. He's got 1 Scrapwork Mutt, which I like. It's spicy. He could just die to being aggro. Penshare could be aggro and get out there with his Fables the Mirror Breakers first. Yeah.
Yeah.
But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I'll load up the match. I think I just opened up Outlook accidentally. I'll load up the match.
So I think that the important thing for this, like, it looks like Rakdos has a lot of the answers that they're going to need, but those answers are also dependent on the board state. So if like I think this is going to be firstly this is going to be a Sanctuary Warden match, and secondly, if
Okay, we're going this round.
Mr. M can establish, that's confident.
Yeah, Phyrexia, #1 seed. Phyrexia is also #1 in the rank last season. He just good game so is Phyrexia going to win this?
Do you think so?
He's on the play. He's good. So that's 3-1 on the battlefield.
Maybe. Yeah, that's what I was just trying to get across to the. He is 1 land away from this hand being functional and 2 away from it being good. Oh, that's a statement.
Do we have a turn 4 attraction?
Yeah, this could. No, can't be. Can only make. Yeah, but only 3 of it can be white. That's a mountain, right? 2 planes.
Okay. That's fine. You don't want to Traxxer on turn 4. I've done it, and then you just start 3 cards. No, I can't.
And
then a Traxxer can just die, so you want to keep
this is
Traxxer till the end. Okay, Phyrexia is missing a land drop again. So
yeah, this is how your turn 0 good game really just comes back. The magic gods have said no.
You said, but my judgment is final.
Phyrexia plays 2 Shielders and then 4 of the
edge of this fight.
I don't like to play too many Shoulders because it's too much. But Phyrexia has 6 4-ups and 4 Invoke Spells. So he needs that 4th land.
And he needs it to not be oof. He needs it to come into play untapped.
Smashing on curve again. So
this is what I was trying to get to at the start of the game. So he's got board presence to get around Invoke, so Invoke's not going to take out the big threat, and that's a graveyard trespass way too late. That was the thing I was going to say about that. Step 2 of the Fable of the Mirror Breaker was just 2 big Invoke threats right into the graveyard, into the face of 4 main deck graveyard trespassers. It was full of confidence.
Yeah, he was full of confidence, and he's brought in the Dreams of Oil and Steel and Oil. That exiles. It exiles a card from your hand and from your graveyard, I believe.
The graveyard, yeah, very, very good in the matchup.
Yeah, he brings the Transmogrants back in.
Is this open deck lists or no?
It's not open deck lists.
Okay.
They would have seen the semi-finals matches though, which you'd assume would be the same games. Same deck. This is what I played Mr. M against in week 2 or something. So.
Yeah. Because the Abrades immediately came out, which was interesting.
Yeah. You want Abrade to kill 3 toughness creatures
if you're going to keep all of your sacrifice stuff in to deal with Sanctuary Warden, you kind of need to be able to clear the rest of the board. And Abrade does that pretty efficiently.
Yeah. Alright, so he's trimmed a couple of cards.
I think I just said, did all of his Obnixili come out? Yeah, I would have brought out Obnixilis in this matchup as well.
He brought Shoulder back in, and he's took it back out, yeah. He's kept in the Despairs, he's brought in the Dream of Steel and Oil.
And
took out
the Duress. He took the Duress out and put them back into. I think that's smart. There's not a lot of really threatening spells by number, but of them are better than Duress, so your Duress is always trading up on card quality.
Yeah.
I guess maybe if it sees a handful of big scores, then it's not so good. But Oh, is he?
Is he going to keep it this time? He can't
is he gonna-
have 2 risks in a row. Not on the. Oh no.
Oh, the full John
Keep
Abbott
this.
experience.
You kind of just have to keep this because you got a 2-drop
Yeah.
and you can't go to 1 land and more than to 5.
Yeah.
Although you do mulligan to 7 and just have to mess up. You got a 4-drop. So you can 2 over 4-drop. What he really wants in terms of status and all that.
Yeah.
Or
Worst case scenario, he could just oh, not the land. That's gross. But he can just cycle the land here, and it's not the worst thing in the world.
Oh yeah. Yeah, so he's got a tri-land in this 2-color deck. It's just really valuable. He's a scrapwork love. A little mythic common.
Stress plus.
Alright, so Penja's obviously going to curve into 4 mana, 5 mana. I'm just scared of this round's deck because of the last round, but game 1.
Yeah. So there's the 4-wide. Oh, that's a fantastic Dreams of Steel and Oil.
Oh, wow, okay. So you got to cast that instead of slamming Invoke Despair because you want to get rid of your Traxxas.
That's fine. You can bring back Tenacious Underdog on this turn as well, and
you can get rid of the sorcery. So he does not have
okay,
the sorcery. You can get rid of creatures. So you can get rid of targets. But the Invoke Justice, you can't get rid of it. So
he's shown him. He's not exactly what I was talking about there. He knows he's going to lose his Shieldred here, but it's like it's fine. It's not what you want. Oh, I like this play.
Run away. This is what you get for hurting my people.
It does, yeah.
Because it's a sacrifice trigger, which does make it die. Okay. So, you just paid 2 life to animate something. Got exiled with Wandering Empire.
Yeah, it forced
he can
him.
kill it next turn, so he doesn't lose his Shieldred this way. That's why he attacked with 1.
And I think we're going to see a double Abrade here, maybe?
He evens this game up. I'm going to draw 2 cards and he's going to lose Wandering Empire.
I have got new moves to teach you.
I'm scared of anything like that. That's it's going to be 4 mana. These utility lands are so good to stop you from getting flood. Like, if that Takenuma was a basic swamp, Pencha would be punching his desk, I think.
Well, did he blank the duress? Oh no!
That's not a blank.
It's a disaster.
That's not a blank. He just created 2 cards in his hand by discarding 2 cards, and still yeah, so he's not bothering with stuffing him because he knows he can just get shoulder back on. Alright, Mr. M's filtering with his little trusty mutt from the scrapyard.
He's going to the big scrapyard in the sky now, though.
Yeah, gets exiled after the first one, right?
Yeah.
Not quite as good as... not quite as good as... the boxer that is on Pencha. Exile. Forget his name.
Oh, that's Would you run the Liliana out here to +1?
Yeah. Oh, he could have a Sanctuary Warden on the top of his deck. No, I would not. I would wait +1 until I have a card in hand, but I'd probably just play Leon anyway. No, he probably would like a deck list here to see if Mr. M can do 3 damage to Liliana. But he's got 7 mana available, so he can probably double spell next turn no matter what he draws. Oh yeah, okay, he's a track but he's gonna get 6 cards.
He's just gonna.
He just revealed a farewell and call on another gas. So essentially farewell. Phyrexia has go for the throat, which means takes the shield counter off.
They'd go for the throat Atraxa here, surely.
Yeah, you can't Liliana Sanctuary one Pokemon gets created. So
Suppose not.
you kind of want to minus Liliana.
Nice duress.
Get rid of Fable or Wandering Emperor. Wandering Emperor's worse.
Wandering Emperor, yeah.
Black decks hate Wandering Emperor. Grixis hates it. Mono Black hates it. White decks love it. Love to play it.
Nobody knows Dominaria's shadows like me.
Love that. So you can go for it 16 with 5 other angels. You'd be creating a token on the stack.
This isn't helping.
I was thinking
I've always hated crowds.
the little sacrifice tree would be handy to use that on. Just to go for it.
So he didn't get the Sanctuary Warden there. Looks like he got Archangel.
Yeah, I was looking at that 4-mana cost. I think it is Archangel of Wrath, which you're right. That's really good to go for threat to kill. We've missed a little bit, sorry. So Liliana got killed. I burned her, but it wasn't a braid, was it? Oh, it was the Cathartic Pyre?
Cathartic Pyre, yeah. The breakdown killed Liliana, so.
Phyrexia could get there. Yeah, so creature at the top. He needs a couple of good draws, like Bloodthirsty. No. I think he's only got one of those actually. The 2-drop, which is the Boxer. I forget his name. Can have haste.
Yeah, which is currently exiled.
And shields. But yeah, I think maybe Phyrex's gas is not fine.
Yeah, at this point I think he just needs to start. Yeah.
Okay, Mr.
That's
M did the
rough.
thing. He animated the big Atraxa with an almost empty hand.
Refill his hand and a 2-turn clock, and Phyrexia has nothing. So
Mr. M could be a champion here.
Yeah, it's looking good for him, especially because he just got a Sanctuary Warden and another Invoke from that. So even an Invoke off the top is not all that great.
Yeah.
And now an Invoke off the top is not great. And speaking of Planks.
Yeah. I must have been seeing the future before when I saw the Archangel off. I was just thinking of his turn where he had an attraction.
And we have a winner.
Alright, Phyrex's head exploded. Congratulations, Mr. M.
Damn.
Wow, big play. Beating Phyrexia, who put up a good fight, but the Mulligan game 2 and the 3 lands game 1.
He's gotten too many lands game 2 and not off game 1. As I said, the full John Abbott experience.
That's right. So what's just happened here? Well,
not to take away from Mr. M.
Mr. M has got an invite to the Invitational for 2023, as well as $150 cash. Phyrex's getting $100 sent to him as well. So congratulations to both of you guys making it to the grand final.
And a nice early lead for points. Are we still doing a point invite to the Invitational?
Yes. Yeah. So
so he takes an early lead there.
8 get +2 Invitational points on top of everyone else. First, second, third, and fourth. I think they get a couple more points. Not sure exactly. First does not need invitational points. They're just straight in now. However,
Yeah.
as people discovered last year, if you just play jank and lose all of your league matches, even though you won last year's invitational, you are the bottom seed. So you're on the draw every match in the invitational. So Mr. M, don't lay back. You need to play all your league matches next league, and you need to win some so that you get a decent seeding for the upcoming invitational, which is a great bit of fun. I played it last year. Might have won it. I just don't know. Don't really want that. Maybe. Anyway, and then you have some really good matches for coverage as well. Let's have a look at the deck again quickly. This is what won the finals.
Interesting, he drew both of his Wandering Emperors. Oh no, sorry, he's got 2 in the main deck as well. I missed those. I was about to say only he drew all 2.
And main deck, yeah, unbelievable. You think Invoke Justice is weak to Duress or weak to Disdainful Stroke? I don't actually think it's weak to Duress. It's a really good top deck card. But
yeah, that's
Penshare was not playing Grixis today. He did not have Disdainful Stroke, and
interesting point.
He curved out game
what
1.
Might have been.
Yeah, that's right.
What might have been with a few corpse appraisers to deal with to go with his Trespassers, but it's hard to question Penshare's deck decisions. He's a phenomenal player, and in my limited so far experience with him, usually makes pretty damn good choices on that front. So
yeah, that's right.
We won't say he's made a bad choice on the back of one lost match. He still did superbly well to make it this far. So fantastic run by Penshare. Really good job. Just unfortunately one match short, and sometimes that's magic. Yeah.
So did Mr. M just win all of his matches 2-0 as well? I think that was pretty much a clean sweep for him in finals.
I think he 3-0-6-0'd the finals from what I saw.
Yeah. So congratulations, Mr. M, and thank you, Ties, for joining me on commentary.
Thank you.
Bean's been too busy just partying and holidaying and playing regional championships and things like that in Melbourne. So
must be nice.
Just thought we'd jump on, and I really enjoyed it. So I'm going to try and get Mr. M to do an interview with us or with the Beans on the podcast so we can hear more from him about it. But I mean, enough said. His deck's busted, and it did really well this league. Well, thanks everyone for watching, and thank you, Beans, for keeping this league up and running. Thank you, Josh and Pat's MTG Bizarre, for supporting it. Bye, everyone.
See you guys next time.